Welcome back to the Castlevania Ravenloft RPG. Last week, guards were being an issue. Tough to communicate to guards sometimes. In that miscommunication, it ended with Alexandra beheading the captain of the guard, and all the rest of the guards screaming in rage as Elias was telling her there's no need to do this. She slashed his head off with her her whip that is multi-tiered. It's got several. What would you? That is a great question. I'd like to open the floor to. What do you call the slashy parts of the whip?
I think they're called finials, maybe.
Finials? You are getting Castlevania points for that.
I don't know that for sure. I'm just guessing.
Finials. Well, it's canon now. So it's got 3 finials with sharp bits kind of woven into it to make it
Barbs.
even more... Yeah, barbs, all sorts of nasty stuff through there. Quite an effective weapon. Wielded in the hands of someone trained by the Belmont clan, it can apparently behead guards. That's what's just happened. The guard's head rolled on the floor, and all of the guards began a horrible scream in unison that rose to this moment now. Before we get in, does anyone have anything that they wanted to say before we start our next turn? The guards will be going next.
Brett, this is your fault, and I will never forgive you for this.
I would say it's my fault far more than Brett.
It's the culmination of both of your faults.
It's everyone's fault because you know we have a guard captain that's dead now.
Which would not have happened if we had just opted not to run up to them sounding like a raven.
I would love to hear this play out in character after you guys find a solution to this situation.
We've got guards that are going to attack.
Yep.
Well, they really should attack me, but...
Well, I think after seeing what Alexandra just did, they're going to focus. So, Mr. Jeeves also was sprinting towards the gate to the west. But, Mr. Jeeves, you do see that gate is... it's going to take a couple of people to lift the... what holds it in place. There's a long log that kind of keeps those double doors closed, and it looks heavy. You might be able to do it on your own, but you think that it would take an impressive, heroic bout of strength to do so. Which you think is... It might be possible. You've done crazier things before, but it would definitely be easier with help. In fact, you think if you could get someone to help you lift that, you could get out of that gate without problems. You, of course, with your sticky feet, could get over it by yourself just fine.
Sure.
All right, but we're going to start with the guards now, with Elias and Van Richten routing around to the side. The closest targets are Alexandra and Jack. So, guards. These guards are...
Are they still frightened of me?
Yes, they can't really approach you. And if they were to attack you, they would get disadvantage, I believe. Whatever the frightened... Let's see. Let's read frightened real quick. Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. While... Oh, it doesn't say attack rolls on you. It just says attack rolls, period, while you're in the line of sight. And the creatures can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So you could stand in front of Alexandra. I could say that, you know...
We could just plow them down.
Yeah. I could say that you're positioned already in a way that would be impossible for them to actually approach her.
Jack would be down if only to make 14 random people feel terrified of him at once.
Yes, you don't know how long that's going to last. You might need to do something new on your turn to maintain that fear. But, hey, that kind of sounds like something Jack could accomplish pretty easily. All right.
Can you make a roll for, call it conscience for me?
Conscience roll. I'm just going to roll a d20 and let you know it's a 4.
Okay.
That didn't sound good.
All right. All of these guards are going to, let's say, after seeing that, after being frightened and seeing their captain done like that, they gave a good, nice, mighty roar, which is a great way to end the episode. But really, they're kind of know that they're outnumbered here. So they're going to take a defensive posture and make a wedge and prepare to attack. They're basically holding their turns. So the last we saw Leo, he was kind of scooting on over to an outhouse, escaping from the back of the Cantermere Manor. Leo, you had a terrible roll for your sneak, which is understandable because you're possessing the body of a hulking flesh golem, which I need to give you. All right. There you go.
Do we have an actual battle map? Or...
No. Theater of the mind. Not everything has to happen in a battle map.
Can
So
we at least get the map of Valaki up so we can tell direction?
sure. I can also
Thank
remove
you.
the pre-stream thing. It doesn't apply anymore. Yeah, you guys are right here. Leo, you have been spotted by the guards, but they don't immediately run to you. You've got a turn before the guards decide whether to deal with you now or wait. So, what would you like to do?
Oh my.
Oh my.
I think we lost him.
That's okay. We'll just skip to Jack and come back to Leo later. Jack, what do you want to do?
Okay. Everyone will see Jack's hand lift, reach to the mace at his belt, pull away after a moment, and reach for the staff.
Reach for the staff?
As in, he's pulling out the Staff of Frost.
Ah. Alright, let's see. The Staff of Frost. Got it. These have the Cone of Cold. Oops.
I remember. I've got it pulled up here in front of me. Elias is still in their midst, right?
No, Van Richten pulled him out. They're kind of off to the side on their own now.
Okay. For a moment, it looks like Jack doesn't know what he's going to do. And then he shakes his head, clearly says, fuck it. Let's fly a Cone of Cold.
All right. A Cone of Cold is the spell that just jacked Elias up and set him into the land of the dead. So this spell is not... It is bad. It is. It's really tough, and it's going to catch all of these guards. So I rolled really horrible for you last time. I need you to designate who you want to roll for you. It can include me.
Hugo usually rolls pretty well for him, but I guess he jumped in.
Hey, Brent, you want to do it?
Sure.
All right, roll 8d8.
8d8?
Yes.
Wow.
Did he hex any of them?
No. All right, 34 points of damage. I'm just going to use that for all of these guards, which instantly frees them, turning them into frozen statues. They are all dead.
Oh my god!
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, how does this look, Logan, when you produce this staff? They had all just wedged up in a wedge formation, and then you just unleashed.
Well, it looks pretty much how I described it a minute ago. He just shakes his head after he points it at them and says, "You are weak." And then let's fly. And it is the Staff of Frost that he got in the temple, so it is a very black ice.
Alright, guys. Well, that will take care of all of the guards.
Oh my god.
You can consider yourself out of initiative order. But you see, Alexandra, a woman rushing to you crying. She falls down at your feet where the beheaded guard is and just begins weeping at the loss of someone that was obviously important to her. With no regard for her own safety.
Apathy check?
Go ahead.
I can't remember, is it wisdom save or wisdom check?
Check.
Okay.
Not very good.
Yeah, she does not really care.
Alright.
She's going to reach down, pat the woman on the head, like, slightly apologetically, and he shouldn't have attacked us.
She slaps your hand away and just continues to sob.
He shouldn't have attacked us.
If looks could kill.
Like I haven't given that look plenty of times before. She turns back to Elias and Van Richten.
And Van Richten says, we must get out of here. We've got to leave. This is a massacre.
Or what?
I believe Jack wanted to go visit the Burgomaster. Isn't that right, Jack?
He should be expecting us. In retrospect, we probably could have just been asked to be taken before him.
Then I see no point in further delay. Where is Leo?
Oh, you can see him. He's trying to sneak over to the outhouse to the north.
Alexander's just going to turn and look at him, like, raise a brow. Leo, it's safe. You can come out now.
Yeah, a crowd is, I wouldn't say gathering, but you see people looking from safe distances, and the talk of what has happened is spreading like wildfire through the village.
Okay. In which case, Jack is going to stow the staff, look around, sort of pace around Elias. His head, still in the mask, of course, is going to go down, hands in his face, and then he's going to call as loudly as he can. And he is going to make a very big speech about how the guards attacked the poor man of God on the order of the insane commander. About, look at all Elias and our group have done for this town. Look at what happens. He looks at the churchmen. who I remembered coming out of the church.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what they did? We had no choice.
Jack should roll for that, right? Like performance or something.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of an appropriate difficulty class for that performance check. Some people saw it go down, so I think those people would impose disadvantage on the check.
It's not that and bent over backwards for this town.
It's not that what you're saying is
how
untrue.
We're repaid.
So you're going to assist him?
Yes.
All right, I will just have you instead of whoever has the highest persuasion check. Go ahead and roll a check.
My charisma's only +2, so that would probably be Jack.
Yeah, I think Jack is definitely higher. Who wants to roll for Jack? Elias?
What do you need?
Just a D20. He's got a persuasion of +8. All right,
Nice.
21. Yeah, you can tell that you've won over several of the people in the crowd that think that that maybe the guards were just misunderstanding and that they shouldn't have attacked you. But having this as the retribution for such is going to be a hard sell to anyone. These guards are part of this small village. They live here too.
No, they don't.
I mean, they used to.
Not anymore.
Van Richten says to everyone, I think it's best we leave. I'm leaving. And he looks to Elias.
Elias says, I think that is best. I don't agree with being used this way as well, but I think it's best that we go.
And off we go.
All right.
Alexander's going to reach for Leo's hand to lead him away as well.
Sure. And everyone sees you with this monster. The crowd, basically the whole village is now at the peripheral of this event. And they see the green scaly Jeeves at the gate waiting for you and your arrival. They see the very imposing Jack Motley and the flesh golem that Leo is inhabiting, and the black starry-eyed woman who had just decapitated the captain of the guard, all walk to the...
Covered.
A proper party of heroes.
Your eyes are covered?
Yeah. She still has that sheer blindfold on, so they can't see her eyes directly.
Also pretty creepy. Alright. Sees the party approach the gate. Who would like to open the gate with Mr. Jeeves?
Jack will push him aside and open the gate.
Yeah, Jack, like it was lifting a pencil, just tosses the log behind him and easily pushes the gates open.
After he does that, turn back to the crowd and smile. I know I've got the mask on, but he forgets. Then continue.
All right. It's getting late. Where would you guys like to go next? I can share the big map if you'd like. On the road, I'm sure that you guys can talk more about what just happened.
It would have been nice to stop the Blue Water Inn or let Jack have his visit with the Burgomaster.
I think that's too late for that. Van Richten, I need to go to your tower. I believe Esmeralda is there waiting for me. You may have noticed that she's been away from us for a while, and she requested I meet her there.
Ah, yes, yes, let us go then.
What will the rest of you do?
Did we decide that Jack went to the tower on the way?
I can't recall. If it suits you, sure. You were away for enough to do what you needed to do. Within reason.
Okay. How far away from the tower are we?
Let's see. It's not a long walk. I would say maybe 2 miles, 2.5 miles.
So, like an hour or two, maybe.
Yeah, I guess not 2. You guys can get there.
Okay. Then yeah, it's fine. We can go now.
You think that if the tower is your destination, you can get there before dark. Just before dark.
As they're walking, Jack is going to come up to Van Richten, set his hand on his shoulder. I need to borrow something.
What do I have that you would need, Jack?
Well, how about I need to borrow your cards?
My wagon, you mean?
Yes, that. Sturdy bars.
Ah, yes. Well, it is currently unoccupied, if you have needs for its sturdy bars. The guest I was keeping inside, was unable to properly feed, so I set them free.
There's a tiger wandering the woods. Okay, fine. At which point he squeezes his shoulder, quote unquote, gently, and says thank you.
Yeah. Of course, it's all yours. I hope it serves you well. Okay, so, it's a long walk to the tower. Elias, what would you like to do?
Elias walks in silence.
Is everyone just marching along in silence?
Sorry, yeah.
I mean, Alexandra doesn't have much to say. She does have a question for Van Richten, but she was going to wait until she could actually get him.
Well, the walk is in a way where you can bring him off to the side and continue walking away from the rest if you need to.
Alright. Then she's going to take his shoulder just as Jack did. I know we haven't exactly been on good terms since I found out the truth about my family. But I do have a favor to ask of you.
How can I help you?
She's going to pull the scroll that she found in the basement of the Necro House. And she's going to place it into his hands. Something awful happened to me down in there when one of the ghosts screamed. I don't feel quite like myself. Just to be sure, I was wondering if you could cast this. and cleanse me of whatever wickedness that ghost inflicted upon me.
He looks over the scroll here and says, this is something best left to Elias.
Thank you for taking a look at it, at least.
Of course. You can tell that Van Richten is afraid of you.
As well he should be. No, I'm just kidding, I am sorry for the way that things have gone down between us. But you can understand my anger.
I wish that you could understand my reasons. But...
I do. I don't agree with them, but I do understand.
I don't think that you know everything. And it's nothing I wish to talk about.
You are not my enemy, old man. She pats his shoulder, smiles as best she can, and continues.
He looks down at the whip, and he says, in good hands, that whip can do good work. And in bad hands, it could do awful things. I hope it's in good hands.
I hope so too. I will endeavor to put it to good work.
He just continues walking.
She sighs, takes a moment for herself, and then follows along.
You know you have 24 hours for that, right?
Yep. She wants to wait until Elias is at least back feeling himself again and not beat to a bloody pulp before she asks him any favors.
Okay. Well, if no one else has anything to say, I'll skip
Once
us.
they get back to the tower and he has his moment with Esmeralda, she'll bug him.
All right. Everyone approaches the tower that stands in Lake Baratok. The sun is just low enough that you can never see the sun here, but you can tell it's now setting. And as the sun sets, the tower reaches up, only a few stories there, but in defiance of all of the rest of the evil around here, you've known this as a good shelter that Van Richten has claimed. Esmeralda's cart is still outside. Van Richten's cart is around back for Jack's use, as he may need it. I'm going to say that you guys all had your steeds with you. You just, I guess, didn't walk on them because I forgot about them. I mean, you just walked with them because I forgot that you could ride them. But we'll say they were outside the gates there of Vallaki. So everybody has their horses, should you need them. And as the sun sets, dipping below the horizon, you find the tower. And Van Richten approaches and opens the tower and welcomes everyone in.
Alexander's going to pat her war horse and then tie it off.
As Elias dismounts his, he begins to clean himself up and start healing himself some to take care of his wounds and try to look and appear more normal and ready to settle down.
Okay. Riding for a while on your horse there, I'd say that you'd had enough time for everybody to get the effects of a short rest. Let's go ahead and apply that. Oops, that's not it. Alright, so Elias, you've only got 19 wound points. You guys can roll for hit dice to heal yourself. Jack, you healed all of your damage almost, like, instantly.
Seeing him brush up himself and get himself cleaned up a bit, Alex will approach Elias with the papers in her hand. Elias, could I have a word for a moment?
Yes, what is it?
I found this scroll down in the house, and whatever that ghost did to me, I still don't feel quite like myself. If you don't mind, could you please cast this on me and cleanse me of that wickedness?
Elias takes the scroll and looks over it. And what spell is he looking at, Mike?
I believe it's not remove curse. Let me look up what the ghosts do exactly there.
Lesser restoration, wasn't it?
It's greater restoration,
Greater.
actually. It's
Okay.
very, very high level. Awesome spell, really. But yeah, with greater restoration here, you know you could de-age her back to her original age.
How does using a scroll work that's above your spell level that you can use?
In this
Ability check, I
edition,
believe.
I think if it's a spell that's within the class you can cast it in, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to make an ability check. But
I
don't
honestly
know
have
what
no
that
idea.
entails.
And I'm just gonna say he can cast it, so
Okay. In this case, we'll just roll with it. If it was like an attack spell or something.
yeah, if you're in the middle of combat, but you have all the
Yeah.
time you need to be careful.
Okay, so Elias takes that, and this is the first time he's seen this written before. He's heard of the spell, and he's impressed with what it is. It takes him out of the miasma and kind of the malaise that he's in from what he went through and the dynamic of all the things that went in the city, and he seems interested in it for a moment before, after a minute, casting it and placing his hand on Alex and speaking the words, and he examines her shortly after to see if she changes.
Indeed, she does. It looks like 10 years drop off her she regains 10 years of youth. I guess not 10 years drop off. That's, you know what I mean.
I know what you meant.
You get 10 years older all of a sudden.
It seems the ghost had aged you by 10 years, and you are now back how you were.
I do feel much better. Thank you, Elias.
You didn't really look that old anyway. It was fine.
I know that, but shush.
Elias enters the tower and straight away starts looking for Esmeralda.
Sure. Hearing your approach and coming in, she is exiting the elevator now that has, brought her down. Apparently she was on a higher floor. She says, "Oh, everyone's here. I wasn't expecting this much company." But I'm glad that you are all safe.
We've been through a lot. I'm not even certain that we're completely safe, but we are here presently, and it's good to see you again.
How much could you possibly go through? It's only been a few hours since I've last seen you.
Well, I actually had died.
Then my card reading was more accurate than I had thought. They didn't say anything about you returning, but that's not something I'm used to reading anyway.
Look at his face. If you need further emotions to the bruising and the swelling.
That's a separate matter. I was slain by a witch's spell. A cone of cold took me out of this world, and also assisted by these dark tentacles that kept me in place for it. But on the other side, I witnessed more horrors than I had seen this whole adventure so far, as I was brought back to life with some dark magic of Jack's, and I'm still processing that. Not long after that, we did our good work in the town, and I gave the truth to a guard who was not prepared for the truth and thought me a madman, and I was beaten almost to death again only a minute later. So it's been quite a day.
This place is too much.
I agree. I am weary of it. I don't know if I could take much more myself.
You all had a plan to escape this place. Is there any progress there?
Yes, we did, but the mists still have not lifted. We do have one more place to cleanse. She glances to Elias.
Is cleansing this place necessary for your plan?
I do not know if it is or not. The overarching plan seems to be fighting darkness with darkness.
That's something I can no longer be part of.
I wish the same. Could you take me with you somehow? Is it possible for a non-Vistani to cross the mist with company?
I've never heard of anything like that. I know of many stories of people who have tried to cross with Vistani. It seems in the past it has happened, but upon learning this news, other people had tried, and the mist had the effect on them that it had of others. They suffocate inside, they succumb to the horrors of the mist and die.
Something else that's going on here, Esmeralda, that seems to be a new development, is that the dead are thrown into this inverted plane and their souls are taken. Some creature is eating the souls and they're lost forever. I couldn't bring a child back to life.
Yes, I recall the child, and she looks at Mr. Jeeves.
That happened again. We've sent more souls to be lost forever.
Another child?
Not a child. Many men. Confused, surprised, and scared men. The guards of Valaki.
Mike, you might need to clear ownership of Jack Motley because Logan can only see the level 5 character.
It's called Jack Motley the Were-Raven. Oh yeah, it's currently owned. Yeah, there you go. You should be able to get it now. Well, I would know nothing of what lies in the lands beyond, but it doesn't sound normal. That is concerning. Something that would prevent your magic from bringing a soul back from the dead. Sounds like maybe the soul had somehow been lost.
Yes, I think I nearly experienced it myself. When I died, the floor inverted, and I wish to not speak further about it, but it is certainly a nightmare. And another thing I would like to fix in this realm before I go, but I don't know if I could stomach any more evil on the giving or receiving end.
I don't believe that you give any evil. What sins do you have to confess?
My sin is like yours. It's by association, at the very least. And also, I know I've not always been the best. I have questioned my decisions every day.
Well, that's just you being silly. I think that maybe you're too prideful. Taking on responsibilities that aren't really yours.
Yes, you're perhaps right, but if I don't accept these responsibilities, who else will take responsibility?
Well, what do you think is the most responsible thing to do?
The work of a valiant champion and a hero of God is what this whole place needs, and that's been my mission. It's been what I've set out to do this whole time, but it has gotten extremely difficult, and it's hard to receive support for those things, and sometimes I feel that I'm alone in that pursuit. In a mission I thought was wholly good. It seems that our party's not always in agreement with that mission.
Things aren't always black and white in this world, Elias. There's a lot of gray that we have to wade through. We have to keep our sights on the end goal, doing good in this land.
Elias doesn't respond.
Esmeralda says, I understand what you're talking about, and that is the reason that I think I should leave now while I can. The cards for me hold no good news. Not here. I could try to take you across the mists, but just imagine what it would be like for me if it didn't work. That would be on me.
I wouldn't want to put you through that. You're right. It was a selfish thought.
We have to dispel the mists.
If it was so easy for Vistani just to tarry people out of this horrible place, I'm sure that they would be paid enough to do so all the time.
Yes. It was just a selfish thought and something I hadn't seriously considered, but it had crossed my mind if it were possible. It would be nice to go home. But my work is not done here. I must suffer it to the end. I thought my end was a few minutes ago, or just an hour ago, and then again, not long after that, I thought I was meeting my end yet again. But here I am.
The cards are never wrong. Sometimes I just read them wrong. And then understand only later what they really meant. Perhaps your bad omen is behind you now.
We started this journey together, Elias. We should try to finish it together.
I've known only bad omens since I was a boy, but I know that God has something better in store for me, at least in the end. I am here for a mission. I think I've done the right thing, even in the presence of evil and the evils that we've defeated. But we'll see where it takes me. And you're right, I agree. I think the fortunes in this land that have been dealt us by yourself and from the lady at the camp, who I come to respect very deeply for how knowledgeable and how deeply she understood our fate. I think we should continue on, and I will do my best to see it through, and hopefully, after it's all done, see you again, Esmeralda.
Yes, well, my time here is finished. It would be nice if you would escort me to the edge of the mist.
I could do that. Shall it be the morning?
No. the next time the sun rises, I don't wish to be here.
I see. Well, I'm well enough to go now.
You have your steed still?
I do.
And I have my cart.
Yes, I'd hate to see you travel alone anyway.
She walks up to Van Richten and gives him a kiss on the cheek. And says, I should have never come here, just like you said. I'm sorry for your loss and all that you had to do. Take care of yourself, old man. And she exits the door without really saying anything else to anyone else.
Elias looks around at the party and he says, "If you all wouldn't mind, I would request that you give her her space, as well as me, and I think the time will do me well. I wish you all good rest."
We'll be here when you get back, Elias.
All right. Everyone can get the benefits of a long rest while Elias takes Esmeralda to the edge of the mist. The escort mission shouldn't be too terrible for two such capable peoples. Before I apply that, though, Elias, how did you want to handle this little journey? You could write it up out of session, or we could do some now and add to it later. Whatever you want.
I wasn't prepared for it being like this. We could do something. Write up how it went later, I guess, or role play it later after I've had time to think about it. I think they would at least talk. They probably need to stop a couple times because that's pretty far. Are we what? Are we going to the far east?
Old Svalage Road past Kresk. Yes, so east. No, west.
West.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not that far. Okay.
No, it's not that far. You can actually get back here tonight. If you wanted to. I mean, you could take your time. I don't know.
Elias and the gypsy sitting in the tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Well,
my God.
That might not be the case. But while Esmeralda has you as her only company, she's getting her cart ready. You can actually see inside her cart for the first time. Let's see if I've got a picture of it. Oops. Yes, this cart looks tricked out. It is trapped. If you were to break into this without knowing how to get into it like she does, it would drop alchemist fire and explode this entire thing.
It's a very intricate design. Wow.
Man, whoever made this thought of everything.
Yep.
I don't see a restroom.
There's a trap door in the bottom.
Yep, thought of everything.
Elias peeks in the cart from a distance, and he voices how impressed he is. I'd never seen in your cart before. This is astounding. It's very intricately crafted. Beautiful.
Yes, well, Van Richten showed me a trick or two when it comes to being prepared. Come and meet my chicken. And she shows you her caged chicken. This is Henrietta.
It's a dodo bird.
Henrietta the chicken. It's been here this whole time. I see.
Yes, she gives good eggs.
Excellent. It's been a while since I've had some eggs.
Excellent. And she just shakes her head. You and your puns. I think that might be what I remember best about you.
Yes, well, it's important to have a sense of humor, especially in the face of all that we've seen.
So what was your favorite part of all this?
Hmm. To be honest, I haven't had many favorite parts. It's been one struggle after the next, and one brush with death after the other, but I think part of it has been meeting people and being able to help them, and being able to heal not only people but the land as well. I think that I've done a great work here, and I've met great people, and it's given me a heart for them. If anything besides what I do for God, I think that I owe it to these people who seem hopeless in their eyes and drink their troubles away. It doesn't give me easy rest at night to know that they have no hope.
This land is, well, it's cursed, and its people are not, they're not eroded by that over time. They've managed to survive. They've managed to keep their population. It's folks like the Marty Coughs that let you know that there's still hope, even knowing that you're trapped here forever.
Yes, they've done well for themselves. They're good people. I respect them greatly, but I have to wonder how their private lives lead and how their thoughts take them. How much they know about how doomed their souls are, how they have no chance of the afterlife, how a child is born here that does not have its own thoughts. Terrible.
These are mysterious things the rumors, especially us Vistani, think about how the ravens carry the souls and how they're a good omen. There may be truth behind these things, or it may be simple fear that's gotten out of hand. Who's to say that a baby doesn't really have a soul? We don't know these things. People need to let go of their superstitions sometimes.
Yes, I agree that can be unhealthy to have that in your life when it's not needed. Sometimes it just weighs you down and makes you more sad than you need to be.
Aside from the Marty Coughs, I've seen others that would judge me as Vistani in Vallaki. But outside of Vallaki, I've met a few folk that don't mind the company of Vistani that much. I think the people here are worth saving. That this isn't just some hell that people are sent to be trapped forever here.
It strikes me as very ironic as you say that, how you are one of the best people I've met, and you just have a good soul that seeks to do the best she can for the world, and yet you're judged so unfairly as being this bad person. It's such a ridiculous thing to me.
Yes, well, even Van Richten was one of the worst once in his life. But that's sort of how we met.
We all have our good times and bad, and we all make bad decisions. The difference is how we learn from them. Sometimes I think my party may not learn from their bad decisions.
Yes, and they make plenty.
Do they ever? And I heal them all the while. Well, I think my horse is ready. Can I help you with anything?
Nope, you lead, I'll follow.
Off we go then. To the west?
Of course. It's the easiest road out. That's the way I came in.
Indeed. Alright. Hopefully we find no trouble on the way.
Trouble in this land after night falls? Ha! Surely you jest.
We're a pair of capable people. I think that we can handle most that the wild throws at us.
Do this again.
Well, let us go. And off she starts her cart.
And Elias starts galloping alongside her.
All right. Everyone else, did you want to use this time, or should we just skip to a long rest?
I'm good.
Jack?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just Jack with 9.
Jack with 9? Jack, yeah. Oh, man, you haven't been with us so long that you haven't leveled up. So you need to level your character up.
Oh man.
It's cool. I'm doing it now. But I'm good other than that.
Okay. What about Leo or Jack? Mr. Jeeves, Alex? What are you guys doing?
Alexander's gonna sit down by Jack. Are you feeling alright, my friend?
I'm feeling perfectly fine.
You've had me worried since you rejoined us.
Why ever for?
You just seem a little different, Jack, that's all. You know change can make some people uncomfortable. I'm not saying it bothers me at all. I know it's just how you are, and we love you all the same, but... we just want to make sure that you're alright, that's all.
I am perfectly fine.
And your word is good enough for me, my friend.
Excellent.
She's going to offer him a hug, and then she's going to find a place to cozy up.
Alexandra,
Yes?
do you love me?
You know I do, Jack.
Just making sure.
She smiles at him and heads over to Leo to make sure he's alright and settled in for the evening. I know that was quite a trip and quite an ordeal. Are you alright?
I will live.
The irony in that statement. She just smiles and shakes her head.
Yeah, Leo, you don't require sleep.
Well, we have a great person to stand guard then.
Yep,
Is there
absolutely.
anything we can do to make you comfortable at least? Omar? Hello?
He was just here.
I know.
Now he's gone.
Oh.
There he is.
Oh,
Hello?
hello.
Hello.
Damn it. Why is this not working?
It's working now.
Okay.
Is there anything we can do to make you comfortable at least, Leo?
I don't know the extent of this body.
Well, I'm going to try to get some rest. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to call on any.
I will take first watch.
Thank you. She pats him on the arm and goes off to find some place to curl up.
All right. Anyone else? I'll go ahead and apply a long rest. Leo, your first watch extends a few hours. Everyone's sound asleep, quite trusting of their new friend. And you think that you could wake someone else to take over for you, but as a ghost, you don't require sleep at all. After
Leo
the...
kind of wonder about how strange this construct of his new form function.
Sure, go ahead and roll a d20 for me. I'm going to look at your stats for that thing.
Just a regular d20?
Yeah, I'll modify it appropriately. Yeah, no bonuses. You kind of feel when you try, you can sort of leave the body for a second and then snap right back to it.
It's he's gonna register that like a note for a later time, just in case something happens. He'll make an attempt again.
Okay. All right. Well, morning finally comes. Elias is not yet at the tower, but you think that this is a good moment to use the daylight, so you can rouse everyone now.
He starts by getting Alexandra and getting some things together. Is there anything around the area that he could use to prepare food or something?
Van Richten normally takes care of that, and your hands are not really the delicate type to prepare food. You're kind of rotting a little.
Oh, okay.
Well, I wouldn't say rotting. You're not a zombie. It's just that you're not sanitary. Sorry.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah. Well, let me mark down the day here under the notes in the calendar. This was a long day. Let's see. Elias died twice. Stayed in.
Sekiro, Elias dies twice.
Well, almost. All right. So it is the 14th of March, which some may realize is the Ides of March.
Ah.
A day that Esmeralda wished not to shine upon her in Barovia.
Leo greets Alexandra the morning by saying, "Welcome to the Eyes of March."
She's snoring.
Pokes her shoulder.
She's
Okay.
going to
Sleeper.
whine and pull the blanket back up over her head.
Okay, he will walk away then.
Now sit on her.
Oh, come on.
He will run his crusty fingernail across her face.
Oh, gross. So sweet, yet so gross.
Yep. She's gonna swat his hand away and sit bolt upright.
He doesn't do that.
They constructed me with two penises. No, I'm just kidding.
That's it. I'm done. Nope.
All right, Jack, what are you doing?
Laying an egg for breakfast.
Oh, God.
He is a were raven.
Is he... Is there something about him that he's not telling?
Hmm?
Is he a female were-raven?
Oh. Are you in... You're saying lay a were-raven egg?
Yeah.
I've never
You
thought...
asked what Jack was doing, and I piped up he's laying an egg for breakfast.
I did not catch that. Like, I heard it, but it just didn't click. That would be an egg I would not eat.
Muscle egg.
Are you saying you don't love his eggs? Oh shit, we lost one.
Yeah, damn it.
He's not having it. He's like, nope.
We have 45 minutes left, guys. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, we would like to get started on our way to the woods to cleanse them and give Jack his shining moment with his potato. We need to get Logan back first.
I think I'll look for some gloves. Put on some gloves to cook things. No, never mind. That's stupid.
Well, I mean, if he used to cook before he died.
Sure.
Well, yeah, he's a man.
He's a grown-ass man. He knows how to cook.
Well, then fucking cook breakfast!
I'm not sure if Van Richten's tower is the best stocked.
Logan's back.
No, he's not.
And there he goes.
Van Richten says that he can try to hunt a rabbit if we need to go and get some meat. I haven't been at the tower for some time. There are some rations in my wagon.
I'll get them ready.
If you all want something fresh, I mean, I suppose I can go with you, Van Richten. I'm not a terrible shot with my bow and arrow.
I am afraid that I would just slow you down if you would like to find some fresh food. I'll get a fire going.
Alright. I'll try to go find something worthy of eating.
Alright, guys. Should we expedite this? We've only got 45 minutes left.
Yeah.
This is mainly a role-playing session, is it?
Wait, we're trying to get to the forest, but
There's a whole werewolf den ready for you to begin.
Oh.
Or
gotcha.
you could go to the castle. Or you could go back to the village of Barovia. Not Velaki. Probably not Velaki.
Oh, we have to go through Velaki to get to Barovia.
There's also the Argynvostholt.
Except we didn't bring the bones of the dragon back with us, so we're probably not going to be welcome there.
Oh yeah. I don't think you guys were ever well received there.
Have y'all guys received the bones yet, or no?
No, they're in Strahd's castle.
Oh. Sounds like an in-game thing.
Yeah, we tried to look for them while we were there, but...
This is the end of the game. Just to be clear, we're in the final chapter here.
So are we close to the castle or the wood?
Everything in this land is your fresh new morning. You can get to anything easily.
Okay.
We keep losing Logan, so we can't do the werewolf fight without him.
I mean, you could. It'd be easier with him.
Yeah, and I'd hate for him not to be part of it. That's my point.
Yeah, but I mean, we can't keep putting this off. You're either going to the werewolf thing or you're not.
Alright, well, then let's go, because we have to purify that site anyway.
We can at least start the travel for it.
Exactly.
It's right across the lake. So you guys can get to it really quickly.
Yep, let's go.
Okay.
All right. Well, on the way, in the morning fog, you are greeted by an old friend. Jack takes to the sky, dipping in and out of the thick fog. He has found Emil and has returned him to the party. And Emil says, "Oh, there we go. Welcome back. Can you hear us?"
Logan, you'll get to use your potato.
Potato?
Oh yeah, he's got a potato that's grown eyes since he first found it. Ready for his arch
Implanting.
nemesis, known as Grizzlemane. And Emil says, sure enough, that Grizzlemane has the pack on high alert. It looks like he has increased security by making new werewolves. And these new werewolves don't know the measure of their own strength yet, so they'll be particularly ferocious, losing themselves to the beast within. I've never seen it so well guarded. They must not know of Strahd's demise, and I believe that Strahd had put them on high alert to guard the site in his absence. You took longer than I would have liked, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Thank you for coming to help.
We didn't mean to keep you waiting a bit.
Yes, well, Jack helped me escape the castle. Or maybe I helped him. Either way, we got out together, and we'll finish this together. If we both have a common enemy, we should align ourselves.
Indeed. So, what's the plan then?
The plan is, if possible, to leave as much of the pact intact so that I can regain my rule. Take Grizzlemane out and leave the rest to me. I will convince them to allow you to do whatever you need at the site.
So, keep the killing to a minimum.
Yes. Although there are some that are loyal to Grizzlemane, do what you must.
We'll spare as many as we possibly can. Are we just rushing in, or do we have some sort of plan?
It's well guarded, but what part isn't? There's only one real way in. That's why it's going to be an interesting day. And he says, follow me while I go into Wolf. I will guide you to the location and you can scout it out for yourselves.
Would you be able to take us in as prisoners? Would that sort of ruse work?
He starts thinking. If they take you as prisoners, as soon as I show up with you, they will loot everything off of you. I'm not one to bring you in the first place. Grizzlemane will not be happy to see me.
Is Elias back with us yet?
I was wondering that too. Mike said he wasn't there yet in the morning, so I don't know.
Oh, you can come back in whenever, man. I'm sorry.
Oh. Yeah. So,
I was gonna let you make your own entrance, and I forgot to tell you that.
oh, I was thinking maybe you had him like something else going on with him, and you would tell us. But that's fine. Elias approaches the party as they're setting out and meets them on the road as they're going towards the site, and he says, "Yes, I think approaching with a plan would be for the best. If there's only one entrance, there's not much we can do with that. But is there any way that we could perhaps use Mr. Jeeves' talents to find the best stealthy approach? I think if we're going to spare anyone, we had best not encounter them to begin with."
Or even if Jack has something like an illusion to cast over it, we might be able to sneak into the heart and get Greymane where he is. Or something.
I'm not one for being stealthy and sneaking around usually, but if the mission is to spare the lives of others, then I'm certainly for it.
I could perhaps distract them as a decoy.
Hold a moment. What was your name again, Mister? I don't remember catching it.
Leo.
Leo, yes. I am Elias. I believe we may not have had opportunity to properly meet before. It seems my friends have given you their trust, and seeing that, I will give you mine as well. I don't know what circumstances led you to be what you are, but that is not mine to know. I pray that we are able to work together.
He's beautiful.
Leo extends his hand to Elias, showing that he has gained his trust. But looking upon closer examination of his hand, it doesn't look like a human being's hand.
Elias shakes his head and takes the hand anyway and shakes it. He says, "I can tell you're hesitant, but I've been through much worse than this hand. Don't worry."
It feels grimy on your palm. And he nods.
I am having issues finding my map. I know it's here somewhere. I spent a lot of time making it. Yeah, so
Jack.
continue to talk amongst yourselves while I look for it.
Jack, my friend, do you have any sort of spell that would disguise us? Help us sneak inside so we can get to Grizzlemane himself?
I see his icon lighting up, so he's trying to talk.
I can kind of hear it.
What's this talk of spells? I'm
There
going
he
to
is.
walk right up to the door, and I'm going to call out to him. And I'm going to tell him
It's going to go down.
that his death is at hand.
If that is how you choose to do it, then we'll be right behind you.
Unless he has changed greatly from the man he was. After I insult him, his mother, his father, and any children he may have sired, he'll want to come deal with me personally.
That may be effective in sparing some of the others, unless he brings a group with him. I think that could work.
I'd rather not kill anyone I don't have to. But I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Then, Emil, lead the way.
Oh my god, I can't find this map. I think it's because I switched everything over to a new computer, but it's weird because a lot of the other stuff that I've brought over is there. Oh my god. DM failure. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Oh, we lost Logan again.
Force feign approach. Oh, I found it. I found it, guys. I had it on my quick bar at the bottom the whole time.
Okay, Logan, come back now.
Alright. Layers. Enable mask. And I'll enable this much. Alright. Sorry, guys. I was panicking there for a minute.
Oh, it didn't take any time at all because we were talking.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, I haven't heard Mark all night. Is he here?
Yeah, he's
I'm
Yes,
on
it's
and
just
off.
quiet.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Kiddo's got to get ready for camp this weekend, so kind of helping that. But I'm listening.
Okay.
Bloody hell.
Hey, there's
Exactly.
Jack.
Jack, you having problems?
Always. It's okay, it should work now.
Alright, well, Jack, I'm going to re-add you now that you're actually in Fantasy Grounds. Emil goes into wolf form and leads you to what looks to be a dry riverbed. It's very rocky, and it slopes up on both sides with, you know, grass and trees on either side. But you can tell this winding river must have been quite strong at one time and is completely dammed now to the point where it's bone dry. It leads along for a way, and then Emil shifts back into the form he could talk to you in, and explains that at the end of this riverbed is what leads up to the cliff where they've made their den. And in this den, you can't miss it. Once you get beyond the mist, you'll be able to see that it looks like a giant wolf head. And he says, I can take you silently up to where I think we'll meet our first resistance, where I've noticed them post guards since I've scouted the place out.
What did you say looks like a wolf's head, Mike?
The mountain has been carved to resemble a giant wolf's head.
Oh, okay, cool.
Alright, let me get Emil in here in the combat tracker. Alright, did you guys want to take Van Richten into this?
Of course.
Does he want to go into it? Is the question. Van Richten,
Well-
are you? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it would help with purifying the site faster if the both of you were working diligently.
Jack can also purify the site, I believe. No? I can't remember.
Then 3 people working on it would work a lot faster.
Jack can purify the site, yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright. I thought so, but then after I said it out loud, I was like, wait a minute. Maybe that's just...
He hasn't had to, but he and Elias purified
Yeah.
the first one together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Elias
right.
showed him how with the book when he still had the Tome of Strahd.
The tomb?
Doom
Oh, good old times there. Alright. Van Richten says, yes, I will assist you if you wish. I'm sure it will be dangerous, but together we should prevail.
We can't ask you to fight with us, Van Richten, but at the very least your spells have been used.
I'm just
Well, his
gonna-
out of character, his insanity flaw probably helps him to decide to come with us anyway because he thinks he's invulnerable.
he no longer suffers from that.
We healed him of that?
Yes. In the Blue Water Inn.
Oh yeah, Elias did do that. I forgot about that.
Let's see, Jack, you'll be here, and I'm gonna let you guys readjust yourselves. As you see fit, if you need to. And I will reveal just a little bit more. No spot check needed. Emil points out to you quite easily that there is a wolf ahead. And it's when you see that wolf that I will go ahead and call for initiative and also spot checks from everyone.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. I can see I'm not going very soon.
Yeah, what would be considered a spot check?
Perception.
Perception.
I should have a 19 initiative, but it gave me 2 rolls.
I can manually adjust yours.
Wow. Alexander is apparently daydreaming.
Alright, so,
You still go before me.
do what?
No, Alex, she rolled an 8. I got a 7.
That was my
Oh, that's
It's
perception.
not my initiative.
There you go.
Jeeves wins on the perception, for sure.
Eyes like a hawk, man.
I rolled terrible. Okay, so you actually, Alex, and Elias, and let's see who else. Oh, Mr. Jeeves. Mr. Jeeves easily sees and can point out that there's a werewolf taking aim with a bow up on the ridge to your right.
How does that work?
What do you mean?
Isn't it in werewolf form? Is it wolf? Or is it a man?
He is in a hybrid form,
Oh, okay.
and it looks like he can use his bow because he's doing it.
Is that... I guess that's Archer 2.
Yes.
Kick his ass. I don't get to go to the last.
I guess when they're numbered like that, it lets you kind of know there's at least one other, huh?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
I would have to go and like rename them all.
Nah,
We'll
don't
just
worry about
we'll just pretend.
it.
Okay.
There is only one Archer.
Yeah. Whenever you say that, he lets out a howl. You feel that was probably a warning to let the rest of the pack know that you've been spotted. There's intruders. When the howl happens, you see the wolf in front of you start to growl. Let's see. In this mist, it's kind of obscuring your visibility to about 30 feet or so. So you can see about up to here. But you do hear growling beyond the mist, and you know that this wolf is not alone. All right, so first up in initiative...
Obscuring Alexander's vision, or
What's that?
would the mist be obscuring Alexander's vision, or?
Yes, you have true sight, so you can truly see the obscuring mist is obscuring.
Okay, then.
Wow. So it's not an illusion.
No, it's not illusionary. It's real
natural
mist.
mist.
Yeah, it's actual Ravenlofty mist. Elias, you're first to go.
All right. Let's see. Elias is using his spirit guardians, and it's going to be a problem for all the wolves. Let's see. He's going to use that as which level?
Do you need a token
No, it's fine.
to show where they're at? Or is
Well,
that
just it's in a 15-foot radius of where he's at.
of you? Oh, okay. I thought this was like the guard thing that you set last time.
Nah, that is the spirit guardians. He's going to move there, And he's going to cast that spell as a... let's see, level... as a level 4.
Okay, you've pushed yourself into a bush, which is difficult
that
terrain. It just halves your movement speed. You can still get there if you'd like.
Okay, that's fine. And, okay, I can refresh your memory on the Spirit Guardians. When they get into the... let's see. An affected creature is speeds halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, it must make a Wisdom saving throw. And failed save is 4d8 radiant damage. On a successful save, they take half damage. And that's his action.
Okay, well, it's within 15 feet now, so I think that counts.
I think they don't take it until their turn comes up, though. It doesn't really matter either way.
I think it's cooler if it does affect it, though. I remember this is one of those things that I wanted to look up, and I think I did. It's just been so long, and I can't remember what I discovered. But I think it happens now and then on their first turn.
Ooh, that's really good. Then it doesn't say that on the description. It just says, you know, when it enters the area for the first time. So that I guess that counts as now, since they're already here.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't enter the area entered it, but
entered it.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. So I can we can go ahead and do that. So these fairies start circling Elias, then they spread around him, and they move towards the werewolves, and they start to cast these elemental magics toward them.
Sure, and it will get both of them. The wolf, you're not sure if that's a werewolf or not, but either way, they'll need to make those saves. Is that something you can drag on them?
Yes. Wisdom saving throw. It's for the wolf.
It failed its save.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the other one too.
It failed its save as well.
All right.
It rolled a 3.
Okay, I'm going to drag the damage on to wolf first.
Oh, yeah, that wolf is dead.
Man.
It yelps, and it is gone.
The wolf is burned, chilled, and electrified all at once, and just slumps to the ground.
Damn.
All right, and the werewolf is wounded.
All right, that's it for Elias.
All right, now that wolf does have elevation, so the 15 feet is... It's just kind of barely on the edge there. Well, it's more like 10 feet, I guess. Yeah, he's well within it. But you think that he could probably step back out of that range and still get a line of sight on you. You hear howling in the distance that continues to rise. It sounds close.
Do you need to put them in the combat tracker, Mike, or you can keep
Oh,
them
they
out?
are. They are. I'm just deciding on what to do and when. So the werewolf archer that had just taken damage, it'll take it again now, right?
If it's its
fails.
turn, yeah.
It's its turn now, so go ahead and see if it fails another save.
Okay. What a good spell this is.
It is a really good spell. It failed.
All right.
Ooh, heavy damage. Yes, the werewolf is feeling that. He's going to take a good step back, and then he is going to... he gives like a signaled howl. Like the pauses in the howl, you can tell aren't words, but the pattern there may signify something. And then let's see who he's going to get. I'm going to choose randomly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can I do a roll 1d7?
You can create custom dice. If you right click on the D6 and hit the little lineup that says custom dice, you should be able to type in whatever one you want, I believe.
How?
No, never mind. They have a D0, a D2, and a D3. Damn, I thought they could...
Well, I think it's a command.
Should I roll initiative?
Yeah, everyone should have.
Oh.
Heck, I don't know. I'll say that it's not going to be a mill, and I'll just roll a d6.
There you go.
Alright, I got a 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Mr. Jeeves. Mr. Jeeves, arrows begin to rain down at you.
Sweet. Is this an area attack?
No, it's just an arrow. The first one misses. And the second one misses. And that werewolf is done with his round. Jack, it's your turn.
Jack immediately steps forward, and he will shout as loudly as he can. What did I name him? Carl? I think his name is Carl.
Carl? You know
Yeah.
what? I'm going to say that you're, you stowed your undead guy that you made. God, what was that thing? Ah, forget about it. Who's Carl?
Grizzlemane's real name.
Oh, I don't think it was Carl, but let me look up my Google Docs and I can tell you real quick.
Quarrel?
Walking Dead.
Oh, boy. This new computer. I love it. Yeah, by the way, people, I got a new computer. It's awesome.
Yay.
I got it for a whole 350 smackers, and it's worth every buck.
That's a hell of a deal, man.
Free keylogger.
Let's see here.
Keylogger.
Yeah, I might have a keylogger. I don't know. It was such a good deal that I'm not able to enjoy anything without worry.
Mike, do you see my dice command?
Nope. I am currently trying to read the name of this NPC.
Yeah, you basically just do /die and then 1d7 or whatever.
It's Kiril. Kiril.
Ah, that's close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jack could just be calling him Carl to piss him off.
That works fine. So, let's see. /die. God, why die? Alright, 1d7. Oh, hey, coincidentally, Mark, I rolled another 4.
Oh,
So it
jeez.
would have been you anyway.
Sweet.
Amazing.
Lucky number
At
4.
any rate, Jack is going to step forward, and as loud as he can, he is going to shout, "Carl!" We'll go with Carl. Show your face, you fucking coward.
Go ahead and roll for persuasion or intimidation. I would take either one. Whatever you're best at.
Or not.
Or leave.
Or just leaves, yeah.
He didn't leave. Mike did.
I did. No, I didn't. I'm here.
Somebody left.
The bot
A
left.
bot.
Oh, the
Bot.
bot.
Oh, you silly bot. Can't you tell we're in combat? This is like the worst time.
It was great. Roll for intimidation. Or leave.
Woo! Sorry that no one heard that but Twitch. This is going to be loud. My apologies. Alright. It wasn't so loud.
Muted.
Okay, we can get back to it. He rolled a 15. That's pretty good. That's pretty decent. You're not sure if it was heard, but with magically amplifying it with a cantrip such as thaumaturgy, or however.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation? I thaught that cleaned stuff up.
It
It has numerous effects. It's not just for clean.
I thought that was thaumaturgy. It doesn't matter.
Both do similar. It's ill-defined. It's petty parlor tricks, essentially.
Okay, either way, amplifying your voice, you're sure that Carl has probably heard you if he is outside. If he's inside the cave, maybe not.
Okay. Well, if he doesn't immediately present himself, which he's not going to while it's still my turn, I'm going to turn to the werewolf who just shot one of us.
He didn't hit anything, but yes, the intention was there.
Actually, each of these is 5 feet. Each grid is a 5-foot step, right?
Yeah, every grid's 5 foot.
Can I still see him here?
He's got a little cover there with the trees that he's under, but yes, you can see him. It's only like a quarter cover. Eldritch Blast, the first ray misses, and then the second ray hits. Alright, did you also want a hex?
Yes. Yes, I did.
What ability would you like to affect?
Sorcery points. For right now, make it Dex.
Okay. Alright, well, you did hit, so you damaged for 13 and 3. It looks like it's wounded pretty good.
Let's see.
You all have 5 seconds to produce Carl. Tell him Jack Motley has come to avenge Robert the Herzog.
Let's see. He already rolled a persuasion. But I was considering that as a different target. Go ahead and make another persuasion check. Or intimidation.
Mike, that thing's not showing up in the combat tracker.
What isn't?
The werewolf archer.
Really?
Yeah, he's on the map, but he's not in the tracker.
How's that one?
Excellent. How about now?
That works, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. You see the werewolf actually kind of like put his bow to the side as if he doesn't plan on grabbing another arrow. And he growls to you. Tell him what? Who are you?
My name is Jack Motley, and I'm here for his ass.
And Emil says, you can tell him that his day has come, and that everyone here can die under his foul rule, or I can fight him one-on-one in a fair match.
Jack turns to Emil and looks at him like you're stupid.
And Emil just gives you a wink.
Okay.
The archer, you can tell, is convinced, and on his turn, it looks like he'll be willing to send a message.
Jack turns to the rest and makes a motion like leave him alone.
The archer says, "I'll be right back. Stay where you are." Mr. Jeeves, it's your turn.
Woohoo! Finally. All right.
He's going to go bring the entire pack.
Who, me?
No, the
No,
world.
the one we let get away.
He seemed convinced to me.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'll try and finish this one off.
He's the one that's going to go and deliver a message.
So don't do that.
Okay. Okay. So what? No one else to attack.
You can explore.
I could. Do I know which way he's heading?
Yeah, it looks like he's heading to the east.
Okay, so I'll move over to the east.
All right. With your spider climb slippers, you have no problem getting up there. And you can actually see farther down. You see, let's see, wolf 2, 3, and 4.
Jeeves, can you be stealthy while you do that? Because he told us to stay where we were.
Try.
There you go.
Very good. Do you want to do so without him seeing? Even? I guess everyone.
I think from where I was at, I could probably hug that ridge.
You watch his eyes track you.
Oh. He's a perceptive bugger.
Honestly, I was waiting for Mark to roll a 1 just so he could turn around and say, no. No, I...
But yeah, Jeeves, you're able to see more wolves down there. But you can tell that that the wolf knows where you're at. But you've climbed up a good, I'd say 20 feet.
So I'm stuck to the wall right now?
If you want to be. I was assuming you're kind of on that ledge.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah. About 5 more feet up is the grass.
Alright. Well, let's,
Or actually less than that, really.
Yeah, I think I'll try and take out one of these wolves. Well, do they see me? Do I have advantage on them?
You do have advantage on them. They don't see you.
Fuck it. Okay, I'm gonna go for one of those.
Alright.
I picked the wrong thing. Well, there's my almost one.
Yeah, it misses. And the wolf growls and stands its grounds. It can see you now that you made an attack on it like that.
Oh yeah.
All of the wolves can see you now.
Alright, that's all I can do.
Okay. The other wolf says, the one that was going to deliver the message says, "Do not attack." And then Emil says, "Everyone stand down for now. Let's see if Grizzlemane will give us audience."
I agree.
And the wolves seem to understand that this is the case. They don't charge in and rush to attack. They stand their ground. Leo, do you want to do anything?
Not really.
Do you want to move?
I guess I'll move over here.
Okay. Van Richten. Let's see. He can do thaumaturgy, and that specifically says your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute as one of its descriptive things. So I would use that one, yeah. Van Richten isn't really going to do anything this round. He's going to save his spells for later. But he does produce his rapier from his cane. Elias, it's your turn.
Elias keeps his fairies active, as they are for up to 10 minutes, but
Okay.
he has them stand down from attacking. So they're just kind of at neutral, flitting about him.
Alright, Alex, you?
She's just going to curl her hand around the handle of her whip and wait this.
Alright. You see the werewolf, how far can he get? Yeah, you see him kind of disappear, Mark. He starts walking behind those rocks as they continue kind of south and east until he's out of sight. And then, would you guys like to wait for a while, or what? Well, we're still in initiative order, but it looks like for the moment that's paused. So you can speak freely right before we wrap up the night here.
We're told not to attack, so.
Yeah, Emil says to Jack quietly, if his pride is dumb enough to have him fight me one-on-one, I'm sure he could rip me apart, but just the offer might get him out here, and I don't plan on anyone here fighting fair.
I plan on fighting his ass.
I said fighting
Yes.
fair. I expect all of you to jump in. Don't just let him rip me apart.
Oh, we didn't hear that last word, Mike. We didn't hear
Oh.
that.
Hear the fair. We're just
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
fight
yeah.
it.
I don't expect anyone fighting fair is what I said, to be clear. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Emil, let me fight him.
It's your funeral.
Jack lifts his fingers and snaps them, and as he does so, dark mist pours out of his fingers, covers his body, and he looks like he did at the start of the adventure.
Just larger, or
No, he looks exactly the same, like he did initially.
wow.
He turned back into normal.
Illusion.
Warlock invocation, but still.
Mike, how tall's this tree right here?
It's a pretty good height. You think that you could get a nice advantage on anyone that's kind of within a good 30 feet or so below you, but the mists are so thick, the higher you get, the harder it is to see down into the riverbed.
I can kind of see that. He's like in the clouds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically like a cloud has come and just sat down on top of this whole thing. It's the farther you go deeper into the riverbed, the thicker it is.
Yeah.
Like it's just a heavy mist.
Yeah. Well, is there anywhere to hide, like over here in the rock?
Sure, you could hide there.
Alright.
Roll a perception check. You hear
nice.
someone directly on the other side of that rock.
Do I hear what they're saying?
No, you don't hear them saying anything. You just hear someone moving. Like, as if they're... like someone's posted guard up there. But if you'd like to hide, go ahead and roll a hide check. And just remember 27 for next week. Because that's what I'll have to spot. That's what they'll have to actively try to perceive.
Creep down slowly and shank him in the neck.
Are you serious?
It's something Jeeves would do.
I mean, it's
Sure.
if you would like to, you could try.
I'd like to see who's there. We'll get a count at least.
All right, let me see how perceptive they are. They are actively seeking. Yeah, you peek over and you see another archer werewolf. He doesn't look like he knows where you're at, but you're right next to him. Reaching over that rock, you could actually get to him. It's a pretty good sized boulder, though. You'd have to get up on top of it to be able to get to him.
What do you think, guys?
Don't do it.
Somehow drop the boulder on top.
Just hold position and wait.
I want to see this go down between Jack and his rival. I don't think we need to get more involved than we have to be.
Unless you're Kato.
Alright, I'll keep my weapon trained on this archer in case he moves.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't know you're there, so at the first opportunity, you'll be able to get a sneak attack in on him. All right, and as you wait, eventually, well, I'm just going to leave us on a cliffhanger there, but the werewolf comes back the way he came.
The messenger comes back the way he came?
Yes, the messenger, still looking just as wounded, makes an appearance, and he's in the same path that he left, so he'll be walking basically right by Mr. Jeeves soon. But it does appear he is alone at the moment. But he may have a message. What that message will be, we'll find out next week.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. I've got a large battle map here. If you scroll to the right, you'll see how big it is. I kind of just want to throw a boss battle directly at you, but I didn't make this map for nothing. And fill it with encounters. So, yeah, we're going to get back to it next week, but I don't think Grizzlemane's going to be that stupid.
We're gonna have to fight our way.
Well, I don't know. You guys can make anything happen. But
Come on.
we'll see how much
Let
fighting
me at
we
it.
got to do.
I'm gonna eat him. Then shove a potato up his ass.
Well, you know that this one archer at least was willing to not fight and talk. So
Wait.
Emil,
You shove the potato up his ass first, so he'll be seasoned properly before you eat him.
I don't care. He gonna die. Painfully.
Stuff him like a Thanksgiving turkey and then feast.
Oh. He wants it raw.
only about 4 minutes or so had passed. So Elias, your spell will still be active next week, and Mark, just remember 27 is your hide check.
Okay.
All right, we'll pick it up here next time. Thanks,
good.
everybody.
All right.
Did we
Later, everyone.
have any Twitch visitors? Looks like Dan stopped by. Darkstar Key was here. So yeah, a couple of visitors. That's nice.
You said Dan stopped by?
Nosedive 17 is Dan that watches us on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I've got a name for this episode.
Sure, we need one.
Missed Opportunities. MIST.
I like it.
Sure, yeah. Esmeralda left through the mist, and we're in the mist now with the werewolves. So, yeah.
I'd like
That's
to
a
say
good one,
Darkstar
actually.
watches
It
us
was
on YouTube.
also Elias's opportunity to leave, and he chose.
Yeah. Well, sort of.
He could have risked it. Does he fear heaven?
Okay, I'm gonna go eat. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, everybody.
Right, right.
Yep.